Yes. Maybe I'll try it. Different color. There's a tree next to it. Oh, what's this music? Hans Zimmer Dark Knight. Live in concert. I don't know if I know this. I'm sure it's going to resolve into something nice. What is it? It's live. These guys are playing cellos and violins, so sounds a little cheesy actually. Oh, this is lame. No, that's garbage. Hans Zimmer. Come on, just give me some good Hans Zimmer. Just 1 second, I need some music. Alright, I'm just gonna go to my tried and true Interstellar. Love it. Okay. Sorry about that. I should put the computer over here. 1 sec. Bear with me for 1 second, please. There we go. Okay, back to business. So I'm trying to do some outlines to these branches, but this purple is just not picking up the paint very well. I mean, this purple, I don't know why. So I'll try. Let's try this blue. Red. Why not? Let's put some red in there, just for the hell of it. That won't work. I really want this purple. I don't know why it's not behaving. Is it too wet? What's wrong with it? Come on, you. Just not. Yeah, I'll try squishing some out. I'll put some right there. Yeah, look at it. It's just not. It's just not grabbing. Isn't that weird? Huh. Well. Keep trying. Oh, my giant head in the way, sorry. Look at that. What the fuck is going on? Something weird's going on with this paint. Okay, I can't explain it. I have to switch gears. Try this purple and a different brush. So I'll try this long brush and this purple. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna, I think you can see this, I'm just gonna get it wet. Hey Barb. Say hi to Andy, okay? Thanks. I just called him. We had a good talk on his birthday. What the hell is going on? This paint is just not picking up today. Maybe it's this brush. Get rid of the brush. Go back to this one. Something's going on. I'll try one of these ridiculously stubby ones that I usually use to draw. Let's try that. That might work. Turn down a bit. It's very thick at the top there. Getting a little annoyed with these brushes. It's hard to do the details I want. Okay, try this one. Your sister? Do I even know your sister? Who's your sister? Hope she's super rich. Okay, I kind of screwed up this top one, didn't I? Because look how thin it is down here. It gets thick at the top. Same with this one. Maybe I'll just come in with the red later and get a little annoyed right now. Yes, birches are awesome. For me, it's all about memories of the cottage. It's all about going up to the cottage, and living up there and spending time up there and walking through that, you know, that trail? When you go east on Fox Point Road past McMurtry's, about before it goes up that bit, there's a trail that you can find that goes all the way to, you go through and it goes to, was it Fox Point Road? No, it goes to that Lumina Village or whatever, I forget. That's a trail, I love that trail. I haven't been there in years and years. But that's where some of these ideas are coming from, that particular trail. Also, you'll understand this. That's for Barb. McMurtry Island. When you come off of the sandbar and there's that old... My favorite thing was that they built that kind of clubhouse. It's rotten down now, but when we were young, you know, like 20, 30 years ago, we used to go playing through there, and all the pine cones were on the needles were on the floor, so it was soft to walk. But that was like a magical spot. That little part where you bring the canoes in, and then all the bulrushes are everywhere. That's another one of my favorite spots. Dude, I didn't even know you had a sister named Taflin. Isn't that crazy? I had no idea. Okay, so now I gotta go. Maybe what I'll do is I'll make these purple. Why the hell not? Or whatever colors comes out of the brush right now. These will be like the ones in the background. Like this dude here. I'll just color him in. Oh yeah, maybe some later. That's probably a good idea. The bottom line is I need to do that. Maybe even this one. A little bit darker. You two, you're getting the treatment. Snapper turtle? I don't remember that. Yes, Luminar. Do you remember my parents? Do you mean like on... Was it Sail Road? Are you talking about Sails? Sail Road? How big is this one? This is small. It's 24 by 30. It's not like the other ones, which have all been... I don't know if people realize it, but they've been like, 4 feet by 6 feet or 4 feet by 7 feet the past like 10 that I've done or so. I think I'm gonna add some with that white. Yeah, Sail Road. I remember. I've absolutely. I remember their house. They were, yep. Man, I probably was in the house once, but I still remember it. Do you remember that place? What was that place just around the corner? East on 21, just off Fox Point Road. I think Fox Point Road. I forget. And they used to make those Chelsea buns. It was a bakery. Do you remember that place? Yeah, thanks. I enjoyed doing the big one. Although it was getting a little bit tedious after a while. I had to put it away for a while. Henrietta's, that's it. That's it, Henrietta's. Henrietta's, I wonder if it's still there. Butter tarts and those Chelsea bun things. I remember Tammy used to pick all the good shit off the top. Fucking my sister. Pick all the like butterscotchy, goopy stuff. What is Hanobo? Is that what they're called? I had no idea. I just thought they were called Chelsea buns. Or Chelsea breads or something. Oh, I got a story for you. I was talking to Zach. This is for Barb. And I was telling him about one of my favorite memories, one of the best breakfasts I ever had. It was when John took me fishing. We got up really early. It was like 5:30 or something ridiculous. So I was young. I mean, I don't remember how old I was, but he took. It was on at the cottage, and it was. I remember there was mist rising, and we caught probably a lake trout or a rock bass. I'm not sure, and it was probably still, you know, like the sun was barely coming up. And yeah, so we caught this fish, and we brought it up to the cottage, and like we gutted it, and then he cooked it in butter, and that was the best breakfast I've ever had in my life. It was the most incredible thing, and also because, you know, he took me out there, and it was a really nice memory. And I was just telling Zach about it, because I'm not sure if he ever, you know, really met Uncle John. But yeah. I actually like how it kind of dripped down there. Oops, this is supposed to be on top. No way. Really? I didn't know that. I don't know about that. Wait, how many nephews does he have? There's Miles and I. Come on. Everyone likes Miles the most. Come on. So I'm gonna have to I'm gonna go in with the red and fix up all the places where it's too thick. Oops. Yeah, I can start making those birch shapes. Basically, you know where I got this idea for these birches? I was looking at Klimt's birch trees, And he just sort of splashed a bunch of little colors back and forth, and then I looked at some actual birch trees and it was really accurate. So that's all I'm doing now. They sort of just splash some of these markings that go across, and you have to make dark ones too. And that's it. Stealing from the best. Rodin was like I think he was like not looked on too highly by a lot of art critics because his stuff was very design oriented, but I always really liked his stuff. I liked how he mixed the life and death stuff, like with the skull and the the stages of women where I think it was like a baby and a woman and an old lady, and I was into that kind of shit. I like that. It has some sort of deeper meaning, and it was very beautiful designing. But and I think recently he's come into favor, sort of. Oh, right on. I'm #1 in the nephew department. Sweet. Okay, now I'm going to go in. Now this is going to work. I'm going to take this beautiful orange color and I'm going to fill in like the little gaps. Let's get some, I should off a bit first. Actually, this brush looks better. Yeah. Take this and I'm going to go in gently. Basically, what happens is, because I'm an impatient painter. I'm not good with, well, I can be good with it, but I like impatient painting. I like just gooping it on there quickly. So I don't use a lot of fine brush strokes. So very often when I do these outlines, they're too thick. So it's simple. I just apply a color on the inside, which is right now it's white, and then a color on the outside, and all of a sudden that line has a nice thickness to it. And also it has a kind of a neat effect too when I'm painting around. I'm painting outlines in a way. I've noticed over the years sometimes the effect looks neat, and I noticed Van Gogh did that. I stole that idea from him. Now I'm going to go up here, and this is obviously all a mistake because it was too thick. I mean, too wide. And I'm going to do one, right now I'm going with this orange color, but I'll come back in with other colors too. So here's a perfect example. I don't know if you can see this, but right here, wait, where's the camera? Right here, there's a bit of white gap space. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that orange and snug up to that line and thin out that line. Right? I made it too thin, so I have to go fix it up later by adding the white on the inside, but that's okay. There's always back and forth. Here. don't want to use too much of this particular orange. This tree definitely is too thick, so it gets thinned out. And this branch, oh yeah, this branch is definitely going to get thinned out. So we'll just go like this. Wait, is that, oh, this branch, I see. I've got two. Yeah, I was kind of the rebel, wasn't I? And I knew John was the rebel too. That's why I liked him. I liked him because he was so authentic, right? So authentic, and he never put on airs. And oh man, remember all the jokes he would make? God damn, all those crack me up. And you'd make fun of Grandpa when the dog would fart. He would imitate Grandpa saying, "Well, oh, was that the dog? Who farted? Joshua, it was you. Oh boy." Yes, king of the one-liners. Totally. Maybe I'll bring in some other orange I like. It's more like a yellow sort of. Who cares? It's just. So, feel like I need to work on the white trees, so I need a new brush. Actually, let's try this brush. This is more like a scraper than it. Yeah, it's too much of a scraper. Where's that short, stubby one? Second, I gotta go with my brushes. My stash of brushes over here. Okay, this one looks good. It's kind of like a very small, maybe third of an inch high, but it's kind of taut. So what I can do with this one is it'll carry the paint, and it won't. It allows me to sort of draw paint a little bit, which is something I need to do to get all these trees smoother. I need to get them smoother. So maybe that's what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll smooth them out and then come back and work on them again. But what's bugging me is there's too much white showing through because I just, left it white. So maybe this might work. That needs to be, because I think birches, when the branches are dark, right? Like, so they start off white, but I don't know. Half the fun is just sort of making it up. It's like, that's my memory of it, so that's what's going to happen. It's kind of how I think they are. Yeah, like I think they get dark. Just gonna get a little messy here for a bit. Why not? Maybe it'll even, it becomes unclear where the tips are. Oh, that's kind of nice. Oops. I put the right trees in front of the right places. Yeah, I'm just gonna mess it up for a bit because I just gotta clean up those lines, and I'll fix the arrangement after. More space. It's kind of cramped in here. Ooh, I don't need to be that close. Okay. I want to get rid of all those ugly white gaps, even if it means redoing a lot of the lines. It's okay with me. This thing, for example, has got to be thinner. Gotta be just like a whisper of a thing. There we go. Now these ones are in front, right? That is definitely in front of that one. Same with you, pal. Okay, where's that white? feel like doing. I feel like doing something. I can't figure it out right now. Oops. I was painting down here, can't quite see it. Do about seems kind of lower. take a break. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. I'll come back to this later. See ya.